Both Democrats and Republicans cite science and research as the basis for their policy decisions, but how they use science is very different. A new study tracked every single time a scientific paper was cited in Congress or by a major political think tank over 26 years. The results show three major takeaways on how research shapes policy. First headline: policymakers are citing way more science today than 25 years ago, about 6 times more. And that makes sense given the kinds of issues society is dealing with today.
Some of the key societal issues today are intimately linked with the latest scientific frontier, the latest scientific development. So you think about either this is COVID or this is climate change or AI today.
So overall, science is playing a bigger role, but it's not even. Democratic-controlled committees are almost twice as likely to cite scientific studies than Republican ones. And it goes deeper. Democrats cite widely referenced, peer-reviewed studies more often, but slightly older ones than Republicans. A second takeaway: even when both sides tackle the same topic, they're pulling from different parts of the scientific world. So on a topic like healthcare, Democrats tend to cite research on things like abortion, while Republicans are more likely to cite research on healthcare costs. If you're talking about energy, Republicans might focus more on air pollution, while Democrats focus on infrastructure. What doesn't happen often is both parties citing the same research. In fact, only 5.5% of cited studies are used by both parties. That is really not a lot of common scientific ground. One more takeaway, and this is an important one. There's a lack of trust in science on both sides of the aisle. When researchers surveyed over 3,000 political staffers and voters, they found big gaps in trust towards scientific institutions. So it's not just which science studies they pick, it's how much their voters trust science at all. The authors are very careful in their final discussions. Science is just one piece of the information puzzle for policymakers. They also rely on industry experts, media, lobbyists, and more. So even though Democrats cite scientific papers more often, that doesn't automatically mean Republicans are ignoring evidence altogether. Plus, it's possible that because scientists themselves tend to lean left politically, there might simply be more research aligned with left-leaning issues. At the end of the day, science is meant to be a public service, something that rises above political divisions.
I think we also like to think science is a Switzerland. We're the neutral, trusted source of information.
So recognizing these growing partisan differences is the first step toward making sure science stays a trusted tool for everyone.